Okay, going over mean, absolute deviation, and interest. So, the first step that we need to do is write what we need to calculate and write the numbers. After we write the numbers, what do we need to calculate? The mean by adding them all together. So the mean is 63 plus 70 plus 68, 73, 58, 67. Who put that in the calculator? 399. Then divide by what?
6.
By 6, because there are 6 numbers. For some odd reason, y'all think we always need to divide by 10. Wrong. We're dividing by the number of numbers. There's 6 of them. So 399 divided by 6 is what? 66.5. Now I need to find the absolute distance or deviation between the mean and the actual set of data. So now I need to find the difference between 66.5 and 63. What is that? Between 66.5 and 70. 3.5 again. It cannot be 4 because I'm halfway to the next number anyway. 66.5 and 68. Good. 73 and 66.5. 58 and 66.5. And 67.5. Now, what am I doing with all of these? I'm adding them up because I need the mean of the absolute deviation. So the total of those is 24. Is 24 my answer? Divide by 6 and I get 4. This is my final answer. My mean absolute deviation. Okay, now the next question. Hold up. The list shows the number of songs that 5 students each downloaded last week. 49. What is the mean absolute deviation of the numbers in the list? Write the numbers down. 32, 43, 38, 28, and 51. Only 5. Most likely on the STAR test, you're maybe going to have 2 questions on mean absolute deviation, and it's probably going to be no more than 5 or 6 numbers in each one. For real. The one that we did for our notes that was 10 numbers long is a bit absurd and extra, but you know Miss Starling likes to be extra. Okay, so what am I doing?
You're adding them up.
Add them up. Then divide by 5. So there's 5 numbers. All right, what's the total here?
192.
Total
192.
192 divided by 5. Now what's the average? 38.4. Okay, now my mean absolute deviation is going to be calculated as this difference from these specific pieces of data. So how far apart is 38.4 and 32?
6.4.
6.4 plus from
4.6.
from here, from here.
10.4. 12.6.
That's a big deviation there because it's pretty big. 12 is bigger than all the other numbers. 51 and 38 are pretty far apart. So now we get the total here, which I'm sure you've done already.
34.4. Then divided by 5 is 6.5.
My mad is 6 8800ths. No, I think they give it to us exactly on this question. Yep, 688. Well, I would have assumed and hoped that you would have chosen the one that's closest to this answer, or closest to what you got. In the STAR test, they are not going to give you a griddable on mean absolute deviation. I can tell you that now.
What do you mean, like,
Where you have to bubble it in. Okay, it's always going to be multiple choice.
what number is this?
For now, in the future, they're going to be moving towards short term or short answer questions. Yes. Yes. This is question 24. Last one for mean absolute deviation. Write the numbers down, please. All right. What total did y'all get?
426.
So 426.
Divided by 6 is just 71.
71 even.
Yes.
All right. So mean absolute deviation. The difference between 71 and 68
3.
plus
1.
plus
6.
plus
7.
plus
2.
plus
5. Which is
all
24.
over
6. Which is 24 divided by 6.
again. Yup.
4.
Mean absolute deviation here is 4. All right, now let's look at some interest questions. All right, so I need your attention. Question number 4 says, this is in regards to interest. A customer will borrow $12,000 to buy a car. What's my principal?
12,000.
12,000. Okay. Which loan option would allow the customer to pay the least amount of interest? So I'm comparing the amount of interest, and of course I want to pay the least because that's the least that I have to pay back to whomever I'm borrowing the money from. So I need to set up F, G, H, and J in the simple interest formulas, and then throw them right into my calculators and see which one is the cheapest route. Heard. Okay. So let's set these up to I equals PRT, and let's find out what I is. Okay, in your calculators, I wrote this one as a decimal, but you could use the percent symbol in your calculator. I think the old school TI-84 doesn't have the percent symbol in here, or if it does, I don't know how to do it. So if I put this in my calculator, why are we shouting out answers when I haven't asked for it yet? No. Times 0.052. Okay, what was the interest that y'all got for F?
2,496.
Okay, then 12,000 times how much? 4.2% over how many years? 5 years. How much? 2520. Okay, this is already wrong. Why?
Because it's lower than higher.
Because it's bigger than F. Do you guys know your alphabet?
A, B, C, D, E. Oh, yeah.
Okay, the next one is 4.7% over 6 years.
It's 4.7. Wait, you said that.
And what's the interest?
3,384.
Is this desirable or not?
No.
And then the last one, 8.4% over 3 years. Is that one desirable?
If you're saying it's better than H.
It's 30.24. Again, no. My answer would be F.
Or A. So this was got A or 5.
That's what they have to pay in addition to the $12,000. So are they really just borrowing $12,000? No, this loan would be $12,000 plus $24.96. I would be paying back $14,496 on a $12,000 loan. 2 customers took out loans from a bank. Henry took out a 4-year loan for $5,000 and paid 4.2% simple interest, annual simple interest. Ingrid took out a 6-year loan for $5,000 and paid 3.9% annual simple interest. What is the difference in the amounts of interest that Henry and Ingrid paid for their loans? Write down their principals, their times, and their rates and their names respectively. All right, this is what we should have written down for Henry and Ingrid respectively. The simple interest formula is,
I equals principal times rate times time.
thank you, I equals PRT, or principal times rate times the time. Okay, per. So Henry's per is 5,000 times 4.2% times 4. Thank you for telling me it as a decimal. 0.0 who, what? 42. And then Ingrid's is 5,000 times
3.9%
or 0.039 times
6.
all right.
So Henry
And
How much?
840.
40
and 1170.
and 1170.
Or
Now
Ingrid,
go back.
specify.
Hold up. Go back to the answers. Did they put 840 and 1170 up here? No, thank God, because it would have really confused you. So what do I do with these two numbers? Subtract.
And you get 330.
1170. Okay, calm yourselves. Excuse you. Seven minus 4 is 3. 330 would be D. Okay, let's go to that's simple. That's simple. Oh, it says simple at the top. Duh, read Mr. Oh, hey, let's do this one. Hold on, let me read this. Ben deposits $17.50 into each of two savings accounts. Account 1 earns 2 3/4% annual simple interest. Account 2 earns the same, but its interest compounded. Okay, I need both formulas. Per and P times 1 plus R to the T. Ben does not make any additional deposits or withdrawals. Which amount is closest to the difference between the interest Ben will earn in account 1 versus account 2 after 2 years? Okay, you need to make note of this. What does the I stand for in the PERT formula?
Interest.
Interest. What does the A stand for? What is account balance?
The total, so you need to subtract it.
This is the total. So this is the amount of money that I've already had in there, including what? The interest. This is just, excuse you. This is just what? Just the interest. Okay? So I need to find the interest over here. Put this in the calculator. What did you get?
96.25.
What'd you get over here?
1,847.57.
You got 96.25 over here. Okay, so what's the difference between the interest here and the interest here? How do I find the interest here?
By the principal.
I've got to subtract the principal, which is 1750. 57. 7. Now I need to find what?
The difference between
The difference between the two. Is it going to be a whole dollar?
Yes.
Yes, it is. $1 and how much change?
$0.32.
32. So then let's go check it out. $1.32. The answer is B.